Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Captain Bailey here and First Mate Hugo. It's been 5 weeks in the making, in the waiting anyway, and I've been itching to try my fall brew, my pumpkin ale. That if you check my videos, you'll see when we brewed this up and how we went about doing it. So I'm interested to see what this is. But before we get to that, I got a nice plate of fresh caught blue claw crabs. Got them all seasoned up with the Old Bay, fresh out of the pot. Got the hammer. So me and the First Mate are going to dig into these momentarily. But before that, I want to crack this open and see what we got. Okay, not much on the hiss department. Oh yeah. Smell something. Let's give it a pour. Not much on the head, but if I recall, this came out to about 9%. Yeah, there ain't no head at all on this. Give it a vigorous pour so I can get a head. Nope. So, hey, this is the first bottle I've cracked, so it could be a number of things. Maybe this particular bottle didn't carb up right. You tend to get that with the homebrew, obviously. Let me see if I can get a little bit of a head. There is carbonation, just not enough to generate a head. But remember, this is at 9.12% ABV, I believe, when we made it. So it's got high alcohol. That could be something to do with the head. So that's what it looks like. Nice pumpkin color, like a way a pumpkin should look. The base for this was a red ale. So basically I just took a red ale recipe and did it with the added the pumpkin and the spices. So I smell pumpkin, that vegetable, that pumpkin-y sweet smell, like pumpkin pie. Alright, let's give it a taste because I just can't wait no more. Light on the body. No, not much bitterness there, but I only used 2 ounces of hops. For the life of me, I didn't check my records before I made this video, so I'm not sure what the hops were. Either, man, it was 2 different hops, or 2 of the same. I forget. It was Magnum. I think Magnum might have been one of the hops. Or, yeah, I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'll have to check my records. All right, so. It has that pumpkin taste. Light on the body, but crisp and refreshing on the finish, and smooth. Like I noticed that when I bottled this, it was very smooth. And normally with a high ABV, I would always get like some sort of a fuel soil, alcohol-y taste or aroma where you could really tell it was really high ABV, but not on this. It's smooth drinking, very smooth. Not much on the carbonation, but there is bubbles moving, very small bubbles, still going up to the top. Like I said, this bottle was filled to about there, so maybe if I left a little more headroom, would have been some more carbonation. Like I said, so I think I'll come back, maybe another homebrew Wednesday, crack another one open and see if the carbonation has changed from bottle to bottle. Obviously it does. I mean, you can. This is pretty full. I don't want to swirl it too much, but it's kind of getting ahead if I do that. So, but cheers, guys. 17 homebrew up. Now again, there's the pumpkin there. I'm not good at reviewing things. It's, I'm still in the learning process. It's hard to, me to tell you like what hops are, and all that stuff when you're smelling them. But I mean, I generally with the IPAs I could get a gist now. But Yeah, not much on aroma besides the pumpkin smell and some hop. I'm not sure. That's very light, very light. Mm. But I love the taste. Now the spices I put in with cinnamon, nutmeg, and regular pumpkin pie spice that I made myself, and just put it in on the boil. Now, not too spicy. I'm not. I may taste it. I may not. It's hard to judge with that. Um, it's not like your commercial go-to like Shipyard or Smutty Nose or one of those pumpkin ales that come out every year. Um, I'm sure it's in there. I don't know if I'm picking it up, but I've known a lot of guys that in secondary or right before they bottle, they'll add more spice to it to get that pumpkin pie cinnamon spice up in your nose. But you got to be careful with that because you don't want too much spice and too much cinnamon, because then it'll ruin it. So I think with the fermentation process, it makes the spice fall out, so you don't get hardly any aroma of it. So I haven't really wanted to experiment with adding more spice, because that's just, if you add too much, then you're going to ruin the beer, and I don't want to risk 5 gallons of pumpkin beer. I love my pumpkin beers. Do I crave them? Yes, around this time of year I do. I've always bought it like that 6-pack of Shipyard or whatever that I find in my local store, and they'll be it's like what, $8.99, $7.99 for 6-pack. So I said, hey, I'm gonna make my own, and I think this could compete with any of the commercial stuff. Definitely, this will be my go-to recipe, I think, now, because of the color and the taste and the high ABV, which I'm not, I'm surprised that it's not stronger with the alcohol bite. And I think that had to do with the residual sugars that I mashed in with the pumpkin. I put a lot of pumpkin. I put like 60 ounces of pumpkin in. So therefore, I think I got a lot of sugars out of that pumpkin. Would I go back and change it? Well, not if I can sit there and pound this and not feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, woozy. Like the pumpkin beers I did in the past were very too sweet and sugary. Maybe because it was all extract, and not more of a partial mash like I did this time around. And because I always try to experiment making my own recipes instead of taking a base recipe and just adding the pumpkin to it. I think that's the go-to method. So even if you grab a porter that you have done in the past and just add pumpkin to it and make yourself a pumpkin porter, I think that's the way to go with the recipe with using vegetable, or any type of fruit in your brew. I mean, that's my opinion, because this is the recipe that I want to go with, because it's so smooth drinking. It tastes great. I taste the pumpkin. Before, I could hardly, like, if I wait 6 months in the bottle, it wouldn't age well. It'd be like so sugary and sweet, and it was just like, just left a bad taste. It didn't taste right. So it never lasted. I would always keep a bottle on the shelf to see how long it would last. And I lasted, 5-6 months, and then open up, hey, I'll try my pumpkin beer in, March, that I brewed back in September, and it was no good. So I think this one, hopefully, will stand the test of time, and we'll try it. I have one on the shelf, and 6 months from now, 5 months from now, whenever I decide to say, hey, I'm craving a pumpkin beer, even though it's, March or April. So, But yeah, I love that pumpkin taste, and I have it in this brew. It's there. And like I said, not overly empowering with the spice or the hop aroma. It's mostly pumpkin forward, clean, crisp finish, or no bitterness on the back end. And I'm loving this beer. So cheers, guys. Homebrew up. In the comments below, let me know what your fall brew was, for those of you that watch my channel and who are home brewers. Let me know what you guys are brewing this fall. Like I said, I did a cider and this. And my next beer, I'm probably going to, because, I like my wheat beers. And my last beer, as you know, was infected, so I had to jump it down the drain. So I might revisit that and do a wheat beer again. Alright, so my camera cut out. Alright, so I was saying I was going to make a wheat beer again. Last time, like I said, I had to dump it down the drain. what I was saying. And so I think about my next brew is going to be another wheat beer. So I'll keep you posted on that, see where we're going to go with that. So me and Hugo have to get into these crabs. Alright? So remember what me and the first mate always say, my friends. Let's set sail.